there's so much to do. Oh my god, Cassie, you have dirt on your nose. Maui, you don't need to be under the house, bud. No, you don't. Good boy, Maui. Good boy, bud. Yes. chasing turkeys, you trouble? You chasing turkeys? You chasing turkeys? All right, so I actually made sure that I was pressing the record button instead of just like taking pictures of my face. I actually wasn't going to record today, but I was downstairs. It's later in the afternoon. I don't usually record this late, but the days are getting longer now, and I was sitting downstairs. I was doing some stuff for work, and then all of a sudden, like the sun, I like saw the sun shining, and I was like, oh, I need to get out and do a little bit of an update. So a lot of the work, so I've been doing a lot of work this week, and some of it was continuing to split wood for the tiny house. There's so much to do. And it's just like it's a little bit overwhelming. We ran out of money for the tiny house, which is one of the reasons why it's been taking us so long to get moving again. Because like while it'll cost us probably $8,000 to finish the tiny house fully, and we currently have like around $6,000, probably just under. So the June 15th, like move out date has been set by like my parents, and I know that we're not gonna be homeless. That much I know. But you know, they want their space back, and that's understandable. But there's just a lot else that's going on right now. You know, people have been, go on now, Mouse, go on. I have my hand in my pocket, and so Maui is like, you can't see him because he's too much out of the camera, but he's just following really closely behind me because he's like waiting for treats. It's kind of close to his dinner time. It's about like 5 o'clock in the evening, and he gets fed at 6 o'clock. So he's pretty happy. I'm pretty waiting for dinner while we take our walk here. Anyway, so the June 15th timeline was set by my parents, and I know they're not going to kick me out. If we don't meet that timeline, I mean, they'll probably just be a little upset, but you know, I know that we're not going to be homeless, but it's still just, it's just like one extra thing. I was hoping to be in the tiny house by now, but then there was delays in getting things like the wood stove because, you know, supply chain delays and whatnot, which are just, they are what they are. And then of course we ran out of money anyway, so you know, we were just basically just working and saving as much as we could through all of that. So basically there's not too much that needs to be done to the tiny house for it to be like livable. We basically just need it outfitted with the electrical, and the tiny house will not be on the electrical grid until I don't know, probably fall. I'm hoping before the winter. So basically we have a month to get like all our ducks in a row, which is why I'm like kind of stressing myself out a little bit about making sure that the woodshed's done. And the woodshed doesn't even have to be anything, you know, crazy spectacular. So I really want to get the wood shelter built, but my parents are really stressed about getting this composting toilet done. So we'll see how it goes. But it just, yeah, I know that I shouldn't be stressed about it. You know, a lot of it is just when my contractor is available, when my electrician's available, and a lot of it is just really, you know, more or less like outside of our control. But yeah, our goal is to be out of, you know, the house where I'm currently staying at with my parents and into the tiny house on or before June 15th. Maui just like disappeared. Not 100% sure where he went, but I don't know. He might have gone back down to the main house because he knows it's close to dinner. If not, I thought I heard his collar. He hates it when I film. Mau! Come on, bud! There he is, taking his sweet time. He hates it when I film because he gets really bored. He's like, we're not walking anywhere. What are you doing? Come here, bud. Come here. So then he just kind of wanders off, and like, you know, sniffs things and whatnot, dog things. All right. So my mom has actually like banned doggos from in the garden, except for this doggo. Hey, Mao, you don't eat anything in the garden, do you? No, you don't. He actually legitimately doesn't eat anything in the garden. He's pretty good. Okay, so right as we come in, so I feel like the last couple of videos I've really started filming when I'm like halfway in the garden, but in case you want more of a idea where everything is based on our sort of last garden tour videos, to the right of me is all of our trees. You can't really see them, but they're spindly, they're right there. Those are fruit trees. And then to the left of me is our actual garden. I'm not going to give a tour of our like raspberries or anything because we saw them the last couple weeks, but they're over there. The main thing I wanted to talk about is this sort of patch of dirt here. We're going to plant some peas here, and my mom has actually tasked me with, like, she has this string, and we were trying to put up this string in between the fence posts, so in between like that post and that post, but the string was like, it was really stretchy, and so I couldn't do that. Hi, dogs. Hi Cass. Hi, Mads. You guys aren't allowed in here. Out. Now go on. Go. Go on, go play with Cass. Go play with Cass. Go on. No. Okay, fine. You can sit. No, Cass. No. You wait there. dogs are not allowed in the garden right now because this plot has been trampled a couple times. So anyway, after that interruption, except for Maui, Maui's allowed in the garden because you're a good boy, aren't you? Yes. So anyway, peas planted here. We're going to have to figure out some sort of way that we can hold the peas up because the string is just not, it's just not working. I'm thinking of maybe just picking up some lattice or something. I think lattice would be much stronger, but I don't know. If anyone has any ideas, please let me know. We are, however, going to check out the heart garden because look at it. It's so much bigger than the last time. Oh, and I almost fell in a hole. And we also have some flowers over there. So we'll go see them. Let's go around this way. This way seems easier. The ground is uneven and there's plants everywhere. Look at it. Good boy, Maui. Don't eat the plants, bud. And there's also another flower right over there. So cool. And then the only other thing that's new, excuse me, Mau, other than, I mean, the garlic looks really, really good. Mau, hey, you stay out of there. Good boy. That's, it's like our compost, so the dogs are always like, what is that? And so we have the new peas that we planted, and then we also planted over here, right? So these are like our raspberry and blueberry bushes. Let's just move through here. And then right here up against this fence is going to be sunflowers. So the sunflowers that are planted, oh, we can actually see some coming up. Look. Look at it. It's so cool. So these are all gonna be sunflowers. Well, except for that, that's, I don't know, plants that are already here. And then all the way down there, all gonna be sunflowers. And so what that's going to do is, because it's planted, the sunflowers are planted right here, sort of against the fence, help shield the plants, like the rest of the garden, from, you know, whatever, wind or, I mean, we hardly get any wind here.
You ready, Cass? All right, your turn.
Aw, good girl, Cass.
Good job. Okay, you got it.
Oh my god, Cass, you have dirt on your nose.
All right. Get it again.
You're such a good helper, Cass. All right, so we are hanging out in the garden today. It's really, 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 really warm. It like feels like summer. It's gonna be like 22 degrees Celsius today, and it's already like been warming up. I've been up here all morning. The electricians are outfitting the tiny house with electrical right now. And so I've been up here since, you know, it's like 10 o'clock. So I've been up here since like 8:30, just hanging out and meeting with the electricians. And we went for a walk. So we'll do a quick garden update. Otherwise, not too much has been happening. I think our YouTube videos were going to be a little bit behind because I took some footage, but then I didn't post it last week. So I don't know if this footage is going to end up in in this week's video or next week's video, so we might be a week behind for a little bit, but everything is growing really, really, really quick here. As of filming this, it's like right at the start of May, and there's just like there's life like everywhere in the garden. So the first thing we're gonna go check out is the heart garden because it looks really, really good. It also just like, it smells like forest, you know. It's gotten to that time of year where like I don't even know how to describe it. It just smells foresty, you know. Forest in the summer. That's what it smells like right now. So our heart garden's looking so good. We have a whole bunch of flowers and it's been getting really, really, really big. So these bulbs, I planted very similar ones in the smaller garden by my tiny house, which we've shown before. Those don't have any flowers yet, but they're looking really, 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 really good. So I'm super impressed. Like we've got like little, oh my gosh, like it looks so good. It's so nice to just, it just feels like spring. Well, it's starting to feel a little bit more like summer, which is super, super nice. So these are the 3 types of flowers, and they're so lovely. Have some nice flowers for May for Mother's Day, which is great. And there's just, I don't even know where to start because the garden looks really, really good, and there's just life coming up everywhere. Our potatoes in this bed, they haven't come up yet. This is just a rose bush that needs mulch around it, but we trimmed it way, way, way back. Our garlic looks really, really good. Like, our garlic is super, super big. So like quite large. Hi Mao, how you doing? Dogs are banned from the garden except for Maui, because Maui doesn't eat anything. He just hangs out. And like we've got like a whole bunch of stuff coming up here. And here, so good. We actually have, so we haven't really checked out that side of the garden because this side of the garden's really still under construction. Let's go around over here. But there's actually a lilac bush over here. We're gonna try not to trip on all these stumps and whatnot here. So it's actually just here is just our lilac bush, which looks okay. It does have some growth on it, like here. But it also has a lot of like these stalks here kind of like look a little bit dead. So what we'll do is if nothing ends up growing on like, you know, like these stalks here, or like this stalk here, or like basically like all of these except for this little one down here. But if nothing grows on all these, we'll just like trim them off, and then that way the plant can only focus on growing like the good stuff. And I mean, not much going on over here. This is just a bed that's under construction. We haven't really built it yet, so there's nothing growing. But there's a whole bunch of stuff over here. My mom bought another blueberry bush. It's called a raz blueberry. So it's obviously still in its original pot. It's not planted yet, but it's supposed to be a blueberry bush that tastes a little bit like raspberries. So we'll see about that. Our raspberries, of course, look really, really, really great. They've got like new growth. Like I think when I filmed it last, like a week or so ago, they still looked pretty like sticks, you know. They definitely didn't really look like raspberry bushes, but now they're getting like a whole bunch of new growth on them, which is super great. it's just like, it's like so nice here right now. I'm like wearing this black hoodie and I'm still a little bit too hot. The blueberries, nothing too much is happening. We just trimmed them up a bunch, so they're looking a lot better. 1, 2, 3 blueberries. This is a flower that my mom like relocated. It's like a tropical plant, but it's like, it keeps surviving in the winter. So there's like new growth here and whatnot, which is super great. And same with this one over here. It's also a tropical plant that just keeps like surviving the winter. So we just keep, you know, it's fine. We'll just keep doing that. I showed our sunflowers, I think last week. So in here we've got some chives. So like right here, little chive plant, little baby chives. I love chives, and they're super, super easy to grow. They come back every year. They come back really early. But we also have, this is a little sunflower. So it's coming up. It's getting there. And so all of this, all the way down here, is our like sunflower patches, like all the way down here. So we're just gonna be growing sunflowers, and of course we have like a whole bunch of wild strawberries, like these little leaves right here. These are just wild strawberries, and we just leave them in, and they grow, because strawberries will grow more. There's like another one right here, little wild strawberries, which is awesome. There's so much like bird activity too, which is really, really nice. These under here, what are these? Hey Mom, yeah? What's under the cages again? Hazelnuts. Hazelnuts. So under these cages is our hazelnut trees. But look at this one. It's got a little bit of growth on it. It's got some little buds. So cute. Just put that back on there. So yeah, and the trees, like the fruit trees over here, are looking really, really good. Some are better than others. Like these ones are still looking like there is new growth, but they look a bit spindly still. But if we look over here, our plum tree, especially this tree, is looking really, really, really good. It's got a whole bunch of growth on it. It's actually going to start flowering and like blooming soon, which is super great. And also like this, I think, is our most mature tree. The trunk is like, you know, nice and big compared to the other ones. But if we let this one flower, plum trees need a friend. So we have its friend over here. So if we let the other one flower, we have to let this one flower too, because they need to cross-pollinate. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think that about includes it for this week's garden tour. Maui loves hanging out in the garden, don't you, bud? And he doesn't eat things. So he's the only dog that's allowed in the garden. Because you're a good boy. Are you a good boy? You are.